Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe for regular updates. I have already posted videos of chapter polynomials of class 9th. In case if you have missed, please refer the link from the description box. In this video, I am going to cover third chapter coordinate geometry of class 9th and I will cover whole chapter in this video only. So let's find out what all content we are going to cover. So we will start with the introduction of coordinate geometry, followed by uses of coordinate geometry in daily life. Then we will get to know what's the Cartesian plane. After that, we will discuss how to plot a point in a plane. Then we will have examples based on all these topics. And at last, we will have a pop quiz like always. So let's get started. Introduction of coordinate geometry. What is coordinate geometry? So here you can see its map of India. If I ask you what's the location of Delhi in India, then one can say it's in the northeast direction in India, right? Now, if I ask you what's the location of Kochi in Kerala in India, then you will say, ma'am, it's in the south direction of India. It's in the south direction in India. But if I ask you about the location of Kochi with respect to world map, then it will be different. It's not in south with respect to world map. Because India is in the northeast direction in world map. So its location will differ. Its location is in south only with respect to the map of India. So what's the important point here? The main point is with which respect we are talking about the location of any place or any object, with which respect we are talking about the position of any object, right? So location of any place can be determined on the basis of direction, but direction knowledge can't provide exact location. Exact location we can find out on the basis of geographical coordinates, which we got to know after discovery of coordinate geometry. So now I am able to show you the exact location of Kochi in Kerala. This is 9.93 degrees north and 76.26 degrees east. And exact location of Delhi, we are having 28.70 degree north and 77.10 degrees east. So on the basis of geo coordinate, we are able to get exact location of any place. So this is the coordinate geometry. Now let's discuss the location of a point P on a paper. So here you can see a point on a paper along with the directions, all the four directions you can see here: east, west, north, and south. So one can say about its location, ma'am, it's in the upper portion of the paper. Another one can say it's in the 1/4 part of the paper, right? But what's its exact location? Then another one can say, ma'am, I can find out its location just by dropping a line towards east direction and another line which is passing through the point P. Then I can calculate, I can measure the angle in between these two lines and I will tell you its position on the basis of that angle with respect to the line which is moving towards the east direction, right? So this is also correct. Here it is basically geometry you are using if you are finding out its position in this way. So, but the main point is here you are again using direction, right? So with the help of direction knowledge, which four directions we are having, we can find out its exact location in a very simple way. Let me show you. Here we are having two perpendicular number lines showing all the four directions. This line is moving here in this direction in east, in west, in north, and in south direction, right? So here on the basis of these lines, or I can say with respect to these lines, you can find out the location of this point, the exact position of this point, just by dropping a perpendicular line on this horizontal line and one more perpendicular line on this vertical line. This will give you its exact position. Here you can see 4 at the point 4 it is dropping, and here at the point 3 it is coming here. So we are having its coordinates 4 and 3. These are known as coordinates of this point, and this is the coordinate geometry where we are finding out the position of any point or any object with respect to two perpendicular lines, right? So this is the coordinate geometry. So coordinate geometry is also known as analytic geometry or Cartesian geometry, and it was first introduced by the French philosopher and mathematician René Descartes, and on his name only we call it Cartesian geometry too. And coordinate geometry is a field of study which relates algebra with geometry. Here in coordinate geometry, we can have any general coordinates like x and y, where x and y are variables. So here algebra is coming in coordinate geometry. In geometry, we usually study about points, lines, planes, lengths, 2D, 3D, areas, volumes, surface areas, so many things we study in geometry. While in coordinate, what we study about location or position of any object. So this is the basic difference between geometry and coordinate geometry, right? So after this, we are having our next topic, uses of coordinate geometry in our daily life. So first uses, I can have latitudes and longitudes, that is geo-coordinates, for describing the accurate location of a place. I have already explained you about the location of Delhi and Kochi, that we are able to find out its exact location just on the basis of geographical coordinates, which we got to know with the help of geometry, coordinate geometry, right? So here coordinate geometry helping us in finding out geo coordinates. Then Google Maps, when we are driving or walking to a particular place, nowadays we are having GPS in our smartphones. Then with the help of Google Maps, it is very easy to reach at any place. So on which principle it is working? Basically, it is working on the principle of geo coordinates, right? So here again, we are using coordinate geometry. Then in air transport, ATC working, that is location of every aircraft at any particular instant of time in the sky, we can find out. So suppose if 4 planes want to land in Delhi airport almost at the same time, then ATC, what is ATC? Air traffic controller. ATC determines which one plane should land first and rest of the planes should wait while roaming in the sky. Okay, so this can be determined on the basis of geo-coordinate system. Again, here is the involvement of coordinate geometry. Next, in the tracking system, we are using coordinate geometry, like we are mostly using Zomato, Swiggy, and courier delivery apps like Blue Dart, and many shopping sites like Amazon, Flipkart, and Myntra. These all are working on the principle of live tracking system, which is basically working with the help of coordinate geometry just by finding out the geo coordinates. Then in video games, video game developers are also using geo coordinates while developing various games like Minecraft, Bed Wars. So one can specify the text, images, and location of other objects while developing these games. So here coordinate geometry is useful in the development of video games. Then in the construction field, even we are using coordinate geometry while making flyovers, metro, highways. Geo coordinates are required to place the construction from where flyovers should pass, that we can get to know with the help of geo coordinates. So now you got to know in so many ways, coordinate geometry is playing a vital role in our daily life. Now let's find out what is a Cartesian plane. So basically, Cartesian plane consists of two number lines which are intersecting each other perpendicularly, and here you can see the point where they are intersecting. This is known as origin, and we measure positive numbers towards this direction, means towards the east direction. We measure all the positive numbers, and just in its reverse direction we just measure all the negative numbers. In the same way, along the y-axis in the upward direction we measure all the positive numbers, and in the downward position we measure all the negative numbers here. So this horizontal axis x dash is known as x-axis, and the vertical axis y dash is known as y-axis, and the point where they are intersecting each other perpendicularly is known as origin. Now you can see these axes are dividing this whole plane in 4 parts. So first part we just call it first quadrant, this second is second quadrant, and this is third quadrant, and the last one is fourth quadrant. Basically we are measuring these quadrants with respect to positive x-axis and towards the anti-clockwise direction. From 0 degree to 90 degree we are having first quadrant, from 90 to 180 we are having second quadrant, then from 90 to 270 we are having third quadrant, and from 270 to 360 we are having fourth quadrant. And with respect to each quadrant we are having a particular sign convention, on the basis of which this sign convention we are having. Let's find out. Here in the first quadrant, you can see this quadrant is enclosed by the positive x-axis and positive y-axis. That's why each and every point will be here with the plus sign convention, means all the points will be positive only here. And the second quadrant is enclosed by the negative x-axis and positive y-axis. That's why each point will be having here sign convention minus plus. And in the third quadrant, you can see this is enclosed by the negative x-axis and a negative y-axis. So all the points will have here sign convention minus minus. And in fourth quadrant, it is enclosed by positive x-axis and negative y-axis. So all the numbers will be having sign convention plus and minus. So the plane consists of the axes, xy axes. These quadrants is known as the Cartesian plane, and these axes are known as the coordinate axes. Now let's find out how to plot a point in a plane. So now you are knowing what is Cartesian plane. We have to just plot a point xy here. Then how to plot? So you are knowing now the point where they are intersecting is known as origin, and the coordinates of origin we are having 0, 0, and the x coordinate of any point is known as abscissa, and y coordinate is known as ordinate, right? These are the names through which we call x coordinate and y coordinate. So now let's plot the point xy. This is a general point here. Okay, so x is the x coordinate. X coordinate means we have to just cover x units in the positive direction of x-axis, because this is plus x. So suppose it is at the third unit, it is coming here x unit. Okay, so till here we are having x units. Then we have to cover y units towards the y-axis. Then we will drop a perpendicular from this point, and we will get to know at which point we are having y units. Then from that point we will drop a perpendicular, and at which point these two perpendiculars are intersecting each other, that point will give us the location of point xy. So in this way we plotted the point xy here on the paper. And on the x-axis, any point will always be in the form of x0, because on the x-axis y coordinate will remain 0 always. You can see on the x-axis we are not having y coordinate like 1 2 3 and so on, because we are not moving towards y direction. Okay, so here each and every point will be like x0. Here you can see 1 can be written as 1 0, 2 can be written as 2 0, minus 5 here towards the negative direction of x-axis can be written as minus 5 0, because y coordinate is 0 here. So any point on x-axis will be all of the form x0. Now, in the same way, any point on the y-axis will be of the form 0y, because here on the y-axis we are having x0 everywhere. So 1 can be written as 0 1, because here 1 units we are covering on the y, only on the y-axis. We are not having any coordinates for x-axis here. Right, so 1 it will be 0 1, 0 2, 0 3. Here you can have a 0 minus 4, 0 minus 6, like this. So any point on one y-axis will be of the form 0y, right? So now in the same way, if you have to plot a point P 5 6 in the Cartesian plane, then 5 is here x coordinate, that is abscissa, and 6 is here y coordinate, which is ordinate. Then how to plot this point? Exactly in the same way, we have to cover 5 units towards the positive x direction. 1 2 3 4 5 units you are covering here at this point. Then from at this point you have to just drop a perpendicular towards the y direction, y-axis direction, right? And now we have to find out 6 units here on the y-axis. So here we are having 6 units. From this point only, you just drop a perpendicular, and where these two perpendiculars are intersecting each other, this is our desired point P5 6. So in this way, you can plot any point on the Cartesian plane. Now let's have some examples. So let's find out mirror image of a point 6 4 in 4 different quadrants. Okay, so here you can see we are having 0.64 as it is having only plus convention, so it is in the first quadrant only. If we have to find out its mirror image with respect to y-axis, with respect to y-axis mirror image, you know well, I hope, just exactly at the same distance as it is here, at the distance of 4 units, at the distance of 6 units from y-axis. So at the distance of 6 units in the reverse direction, you can have its mirror image, right? So 6 4, it's a mirror image. If you have to find out with respect to y-axis, you can have exactly at the point -6 4, because in the second quadrant it will lie, and in the second quadrant we are having sign convention minus plus, that's why it will take the form -6 and 4, but it's the mirror image of 6 4. In the same way, if I ask you what is the mirror image of 0.64 with respect to x-axis, -6 4 with respect to x-axis, now just exact at the same distance, here this is 4 units, so exactly just in the downward direction from the x-axis you have to cover 4 units, you will get its mirror image -6 -4. So this here you are getting it in third quadrant, that's why it is -6 and -4. And in the same way, if you have to find out the mirror image of 6 4 with respect to x-axis, exactly at the same distance you can have this, and it will be 6 -4, because here in the fourth quadrant we are having plus minus convention, so it is -6 -4 here, mirror image of 6 4 point, right? So in this way you can find out mirror image of any point with respect to any axis, and this is a very important concept. It is very helpful to find out in competitions. You may have many questions based on this topic, right? So Now I can show you here the point 6, 4, which you are seeing here. It is not equal to the point 4, 6. 4, 6, you can have 4 and 6 towards the y-axis we can have here. So 4, 6 will be here, somewhere here. So 6, 4 never be equal to 4, 6. And any point can't be equal to just by exchanging the coordinates. Okay, 6, 4, or you can say 5, 9 can't be equal to 9, 5. So in this way, we can say x, y cannot be equal to y, x, provided x is not equal to y. It will be equal only when x is equals to y. Now let's have another example. Plot the points 2, 3, -3, 1, -1.5, -2.5 in the Cartesian plane. So I have plotted here 2, 3. It's very easy now, I hope for you all. So 2 you have to cover towards the positive x-axis, and 3 you have to just count 3 units on the y-axis. Then just drop a perpendicular. From here you have to drop perpendicular, and this is the point 2, 3. And -3, if you have to plot, then just count -3 units towards the negative x-axis, and then from this point you have to drop a perpendicular. Now count 1 unit towards the y-axis, and from this one point you have to drop a perpendicular here. So this is the point -3, 1 is plotted here. In the same way, you can plot -1.5 and -2.5, because here we are having negative sign convention for both the coordinates. So it will come in the third quadrant. -1.5 will lie in between -1 and -2. Just drop a perpendicular from here and just find out 2.5 on the negative y-axis. Drop a perpendicular from here. This is the point where you can have -1.5 and -2.5. Now let's get ready for the pop quiz. So first question is, point -4, 2 is lying in which quadrant? Yes, find out. -4, 2 point will be lie in which quadrant? So you have to consider here sign convention only. So answer is in second quadrant it will lie, because signs are minus and plus. X remains negative in second quadrant and y remains positive there. Next question is, point 0.5 is lying on which axis? Yes, on which axis? Very simple question. Its answer is on the y-axis, because on the y-axis always we are having x coordinate 0. Let's have another question. Abscissa of a point is positive in which quadrant? Yes, abscissa means x coordinate. Remains positive in which quadrants? So answer is first and fourth quadrants. Abscissa of any point will always remain positive. And the last question is, ordinate of all the points in the x-axis is what? Yes, ordinate means y coordinate. So on the x-axis, y coordinate is 0. Always we are having y coordinate or ordinate is equals to 0 on the x-axis. So that's all for this video. Thanks for connecting with me. In case of any query, you can put in the comment section. See you soon in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.